I actually have a question for you.
That's what
So
we're here for, brother. Slap it.
we're about to jump into a
Slap it
review
down.
of an amazing movie. Spoiler alert. But we're about to jump into a review of a quintessential
What was it? Heralded
heralded,
gem.
yeah, action movie. And I was curious, action movies, there's a lot of tropes.
Mm-hmm.
The hero using a gun, like kind of like what is their signature weapon throughout the movie.
Okay.
I'm curious, if you were thrust into an action movie, what is your default gun and melee weapon?
Oh, I get one of each?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you one of each.
I get
There's
one of
always that
each.
scene where like your gun gets blown off
Always does.
and you're like, oh shit. Ash versus Evil Dead,
Yeah.
chainsaw.
Oh, I got a chain. Yeah.
That's
shit.
a signature.
Chainsaw in my hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they ever have one gun? You know what I'm saying? I think it's like a roulette, a rotation.
So here's kind of like Clint Eastwood. I associate with like revolver.
Like
yeah.
19.
Yeah.
18, 19, whatever.
Ash versus Evil Dead. I associate with a chainsaw. I also associate. Yeah, I associate with a shotgun.
James Bond.
James Bond. I associate with like a handgun, like a
the
normal.
the
yeah.
Okay.
There's a golden gun in James Bond. Like I feel like there's signature weapons. Like it doesn't have to be the only weapon you use, but I'm curious, what would you want to be your signature, your weapon? You are an action star. You're thrust in.
I'm with Ash.
You're like a chainsaw?
Shotgun.
Oh, shotgun.
And I think like there's always like that whole like I'm trying to think of somebody else like
I feel like doesn't Arnie use a shotgun in Terminator a lot?
Yeah, he does. And I think it's like a sawed off. I think you get that whole.
What kind of shotgun would you use?
I like the pump.
I like the pump is iconic for
you got them like the extra shells on the side.
Yeah.
Like, the gun he used to like. I used to love. He used that fucking. I never would have knew what to call it. It was almost like a grenade launcher. He's in T2.
Oh yeah.
And blowing up the T1000. I was like, what? That shit's dope.
That's dope.
But I don't know what that is. But he would always just use like the one hand to shotty.
One hand the shotty. He would. That's badass.
And I think it's just like I know you're not as big as I am in like Doom.
Yeah.
Those old FPSs, but like when you get the shotgun, you just feel like you can fuck demons up.
I'm ready.
I'm ready for this fucking shitstorm.
Yeah.
So like you got a little pistol, you ain't doing shit. But then again, I will say I like having the sidearm like a 1911. The old Colt 1911.
Okay, is that a revolver? I don't know guns, obviously.
That's the semi-automatic. It's like the one that was famous in like World War 1 and 2.
Okay.
It's like my Kimber. I don't know if you remember that one.
Yeah, I've seen you.
But it's like it's like that'd be my sidearm.
Yeah.
It would be like.
You're going two guns.
Well, you're right. I'm only going shotty because I only get one option. But I was just thinking like how I would play like some like first person shooters. I sometimes prefer the handguns to like the.
That's true.
Automatics, even though you would just die because they were not good enough.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that sucks because.
I don't use I like in FPSs. I don't play a lot of them.
Dude. Also, my aim is awful. So shotgun, you just point
spray.
Yeah. Melee, I think a good one is just like a good old like lead pipe.
Oh,
just like the one that
the Clue,
the one that John Matrix threw Bennett at the end of Commando.
Okay,
cool.
Yeah. I think it was
take off some steam or some chill out.
Yeah.
Cool off. Chill out.
I think that's from Mr. Freeze.
That's a good gun too.
That's it. Yeah. So
freeze ray.
Here's the gun I would use.
Yeah.
I'm a Desert Eagle guy.
Oh, okay.
I only know that because of like you play Nightfire or like FPSs. Like the best pistol to me is always the Desert Eagle.
The Magnum.
Yeah.
The Magnum dong.
See, the Magnum when you only got 6 shots.
Monster
and then
dong with my Magnum.
You got to reload. I like the Desert Eagle. It's a massive gun.
Yeah.
So,
he takes 2 hands to hold one.
Yeah.
Isn't that the gun that Vanessa had in Austin Powers? Because he pulls out, like, the little PP7 like James Bond.
Yeah, yeah.
She pulls out the big fucking.
Oh yeah, she does. He has that like he's like doing the.
He's like cleaning off, rubbing it down, and she just pulls this big ass motherfucker out. And he's just like, oh. All
right, I changed my answer actually. You know what gun I use?
Vanessa.
No. Noisy Cricket from Men in Black.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
You know,
small stature.
Yeah.
However, devastating.
Devastating blows.
That's what I say about my
Schloon.
Schloon McGoon. Schloon the bone.
As far as a melee weapon, I'm gonna hit you with a crazy one. I think of Gordon Freeman from Half-Life.
Get the crowbar.
Crowbar.
Okay.
I think of the Sticky Bandits from Home Alone. Crowbar.
Do you think crowbars are easily accessible? When's the last time you seen a crowbar?
I've never seen a crowbar.
Yeah, they always have them.
Never seen a crowbar in my life.
You're a criminal. They have in the criminal stores.
Yeah, like you have to go out of your way to buy a crowbar.
Crowbars. What are you trying to do? Break in? No. I just need a crowbar. The other one I was thinking was one that you can like. I was either going one way where it's like, you know, the crowbar, the tire iron, the blunt instrument.
Yeah, you can like just kind of hide it. Fucking samurai sword.
You know what? Full blown.
My melee weapon is a samurai sword.
You're Kill Bill in it right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Uma Thurman's.
Lucy Lou's.
Okay.
Other people?
That? Yeah, other dudes were.
Dudes were in it. Nobody cares about you dudes.
We care about Uma Thurman's.
That's right. Sorry.
And Lucy Lou's.
Yeah, don't forget about Lucy Lou's. Okay, katana. That's pretty effective, I think.
That's effective.
When's the last time you wielded a katana? I guess I never wielded a lead pipe before.
I used to. My favorite thing to grab at like a dollar store, Dollar General. You
Katanas.
know? Yeah, remember these?
Samurai.
Like, you know, they used to have like cap guns. I feel like those don't exist really anymore.
Yeah, they really don't.
You have to go like on Amazon. Yeah, like they don't have
the dark web.
Yeah.
To find a cap gun.
But like I used to really buy like the White Ranger. He used to have like a sword.
Yeah.
I used to think that was kind of badass.
Dude, okay, so on swords, like, do you think you would ever use like medieval swords? You know how heavy those fuckers are?
To me, a dude walking around with it's like driving a giant truck.
Or
it's like that dude's got a small.
Or you're playing Final Fantasy and this guy's got a sword the size of a fucking house. He's like, don't worry, I'm gonna fuck you up with this big sword.
I'm gonna use this sword. Ooh. Mace.
Mace?
Oh, fuck that. I take it all back. Fuck a sword.
Yeah, fuck a mace.
I want one of them things that like it's on a stick and it's just like this giant. Is that also called a mace?
I think that is a mace.
The other mace,
the big spike ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, spike ball.
That's a mace. I feel like the other mace is like.
I'm a Google.
Yeah, Google a mace.
You keep talking about your mace.
I'd use one of them maces. Like I can swing it around like it's on like a chain and ball, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So this is mace, parentheses, bludgeon. It's a blunt weapon. It's like a club. It's the one that's got the club with like a spike on top.
Yeah. So what is the... I knew... There's like a mace ball. Mace ball and chain. Sorry, this string is really strong. It's actually making me gassy.
A flail.
Flail. I'd use a flail. That's my. Actually, fuck that. I take it all back.
Yeah.
Grim Reaper scythe.
A scythe. You're here to do some business.
I'm here to do business.
Yeah. What about I just thought of like nunchucks.
That's a classic.
That's like, okay, so like I think when you roll up with nunchucks, you're kind of putting out this vibe.
You've got a vibe.
You get a vibe that you know what you're doing.
Like nunchucks are like that guy. Don't want to fuck with that guy.
Like Bruce Lee rolls up nunchucks. Yeah. You're like, this guy's gonna kick my ass.
What about a staff? Fucking Donatello staff.
I was like, what? Like a stick? I got a broomstick, bro. Yeah. Or I mean, at that point, I'm going hockey stick like Casey Jones.
Oh.
You know?
You'd go. Okay. You're a hockey player. Would you in a fight or flight situation, all sports like items
equipment?
Yeah. Would you grab a hockey stick over a baseball bat?
No.
Yeah, right.
You didn't tell me that was the options.
Well, I'm saying like all hockey equipment, or not all hockey equipment,
all sports equipment.
All sports equipment.
Yeah, I'm grabbing a car. I'm getting a NASCAR.
I'm grabbing a fucking car.
I'm getting a car. That's a sport vehicle. No, I think
like, why did Casey Jones use a hockey stick and not a baseball bat? That's really my
dude played hockey. Maybe he had it in his closet.
Yeah, he couldn't afford a bat.
Yeah, he's like, I live in New York, bro. I'm struggling.
Yeah, sometimes people struggle in New York.
I think I would suit up with like a baseball bat, maybe some steel, the metal spikes. You know, like they even baseball, they can't do anymore.
Oh, like the cleats?
Yeah, so I just kick the fuck out of people.
Oh, slip them on your shoe.
But then I feel like it'd be hard to run. You know, like you're like sliding and shit. You're like, oh, but if there was ice for some reason, Mr. Freeze rolled up, and he's like, yo, get to me if you want to live. And I'm like, yo, hold on, I got ice spikes, dude.
Yeah, like ice climbers.
Fuck your plan about freezing over Gotham. I don't give a fuck. Ice shoes. I win.
I feel like
I might as well wear ice skates.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like you're like you play hockey. Ice skates would be like.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Let me change out real quick.
Yeah.
I think there's a difference though when I brought the nunchucks of like you going in prepared as opposed to the crowbar, the lead pipe. It's like you find.
Yeah, that's true.
Discover, and it's more of a rugged hero.
That's true.
You know, the nunchuck is like if you look at we looked at the watch a preview for Enter the Dragon.
Yeah.
Today. My dude Bruce Lee was going in knowing he was about to beat ass in a martial arts compound.
You have to know how to use nunchucks.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, some dudes will have nunchucks. I'll grab one.
I'll grab a pair of nunchucks when I get there.
There's going to be hundreds of them lying around. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
No one's going up the building in Nakatami or whatever. Bruce Willis is going to find nunchucks.
Yeah.
Some German terrorists.
They're going to knock Bruce Willis out and find a baseball bat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or, you know, like a shard of glass.
A beer bottle.
That's been
cracked on the side.
You know, just fucking.
Yeah. Yeah, like melee weapons it's about, do you walk with it or do you find it? That's kind of the melee weapon in action movies.
If you walk with it, where do you keep it? Like, where are you keeping that tire?
Keep it in your ass.
Right up your ass.
I've
trained myself to hide my baseball bat up my ass. Genius move.
Yeah, genius move. I'm looking around like this room for like things.
Okay, there's a problem though. If you're expecting like to defend yourself in this studio,
we
are not gonna live.
That's the question. Someone busts in here right now.
Okay,
they're zombies. So like they don't have guns. They don't have guns. All right, maybe not zombies, but henchmen. Mm-hmm. Easily killable henchmen. Unnamed henchmen bust in here. I'm looking around this room. Yeah. What is your I'm grabbing this, and this is what I'm trying to defend myself with.
I guess my guitar.
Ooh, good. I don't see it over there.
It's right over there.
Okay. Is that your warlock?
No, it's just my other Jackson. It's got, you know,
guitar's a good move.
Though.
Guitar's a good move.
It's very metal.
Yeah.
This is Jackson. I can't remember what it's called.
All right.
Who gives a fuck about that? How about the microphone stand? That's pretty hefty.
Yeah. I can see
metally.
Here's the problem though. You'd have to
Yeah, that's true. Like I pull the laptop, everything comes off. It's all wired up. Just take the laptop.
If you use the laptop though, you're also like, wait a second, Jen and Sofa's on here.
Yeah, everything gets in this shit. Yeah. Hold on a second. And also, I mean, I was gonna say it is like 10, 12 years old. It's heavy.
This is a hefty.
That's a girthy fucker.
I'm looking around.
We're not really. We're
not prepared for.
Check this out, dude. Rip these rope lights out.
Oh.
Choke the bitch.
Oh,
Choke
one of those moves.
You know
okay.
I
feel like that's always in action movies. Like there's a random thing that gets wrapped around.
Yeah. The slow death.
Yeah, the slow death.
You
know. Honestly, I'd probably be like, all right, Zach, you take care of the henchman. I'm out.
There's a window right next to you.
Yeah, that's my.
I'm out. You're doing you.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Well, you don't have your keys. Where you go?
Shit.
You could shit yourself. Go open up my car. I got hockey sticks in there.
That's true. You got hockey sticks. You have a lot of hockey sticks.
That's true. We got a lot of hockey sticks.
Yeah.
Zombies don't even come here. Trust me.
That's basically the takeaway. Zombies, you're probably not gonna last long in the Jen and Sofa.
Hit up Manny.
Yeah.
He might give you some wine, and then beat your ass with a wine bottle. I don't know. Whoa. Gin bottle.
I didn't even see that. That's what I'm grabbing. I'm grabbing. Here's my.
Yeah.
You know what?
Bottle.
This is also my problem. I think I'm like, instead of swinging, I'm better throwing. I think that's the problem.
It's easy to dodge.
No.
Oh, you're that
you
good.
You throw at their face.
You're that
yes,
good.
it's easy to dodge. Throw at their body.
Throw at the body. I'm not gonna do anything. I can hit the chest with a fucking bottle.
You think getting hit that has a lot of gin left in it?
You're like, ugh.
You're like, ugh. But it stops them. It stuns them. Then I go with the
I'm startled. I've been startled by a bottle.
And that's when I go with the left right.
Yeah.
The old I'm trying to think of like a
move.
All right, I got a question for you.
Okay.
If you had to name your fist,
I don't know.
we'll cover that in a later episode. But yeah, if you use a different item, if you would use a different item, if we didn't think of an item,
can I get some more sparkle, if you don't mind?
I suppose.
Thank you. Okay, so go ahead.
I'm just saying, if we're using a different item that you're like Sicardo, Cristiago, how did you not notice that Pez dispenser? That actually, the Spider-Man one you got.
Oh, I was like, I have one? Is there Pez in it?
They're like, actually, if you were to extend
launch Pez at them.
That's a great way to. If you have a better melee weapon that we did not cover,
let us know. Yeah, if you guys have been inspecting our studio on YouTube, we have videos of our studio. If not, you should be watching it and help us out find what weapon we need to use.
All right. Are you excited to try this new drink?
I'm excited as a word. Yes. It's red.
It's red.
It's
strong.
Still. I put a lot of strong ingredients in it, so hopefully it doesn't overwhelm.
Oof.
Woo. Yeah. Oh boy.
I don't know if the camera can see it, but part of the reason it feels so strong. Yeah, well, you can probably just tell.
I can pick it up.
Tell everyone what's in it.
Yeah, so the main ingredient, of course, is the gin. And the gin we used is a Navy strength gin, but it's from KO Distillery. Distilling, sorry. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Where my head is, so I guess you can. It is American Dry Gin, Navy strength. It's 57 proof. Or not 57%, 114 proof. Yeah, which is a bit higher than normal. Usually gin's around 40%.
And if that wasn't a strong enough alcohol, you added a second alcohol, I believe.
I did. I added a black cherry 99. So instead of 99 bananas, 99 black cherry or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Which is 99 proof. Okay. Wait, so that's another 48%. And then attempted to cut it with cranberry juice. Well, cranberry cocktail juice.
Yeah.
And we used some soda water to top it with.
I believe that creates the Action Jackson.
Yeah, we're just gonna call it the Action Jackson because we reviewed the movie Action Jackson, starring Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers, which, if you don't know who Carl Weathers is, that's the reason we needed to use such strong ingredients.
Right. He was just ass beaten. Carl Weathers was jacked in the 80s. He was like huge.
Yeah.
He was a big action star.
Big action star.
Another 1988 film.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that later. But this gin, I guess Potozic would probably be glad we're using it. He loves this gin for some reason. I hate it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to promote this gin because it just tastes bad. It's very strong. I don't know if we've ever went over what Navy strength means.
Isn't it just extra boozy kind of?
Yeah, it's a higher proof because it was proven to last on voyages.
Okay.
So it would also if I remember correctly, keep things from spoiling, like food and stuff. So I don't know. This would be the one that would last.
Yeah.
And the little story is that they would end up taking this over to India or something, and they found tonic water, and they mixed them together to make this drinkable because it was so strong.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how gin and tonic was kind of in a short, quick to the point story. That's how it was made.
Yeah.
This is not gin and tonic. This is a lot stronger.
Yeah. This is a gin vodka cranberry.
I don't know if it's vodka. I think that's just liqueur, malt liquor. Or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually a good spirit.
Interesting.
But I was thinking that you would enjoy it more just because it was very medicinal and you like medicinal flavors.
It does have a very like not Dimetapp, like Robitussin.
Yeah, Robotrippin over here.
Yeah, and I can't tell if that's because of the alcohol at the end.
I want to say it might be straight up the black cherry.
Like it comes through.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't taste any of the cranberry. The soda water did give it some nice fizz, so it at least gives it something.
Yeah. You know what I use this cherry liquor for?
What's that?
It's for the sprinkler, the red line stapler.
Yeah.
That we will be featured soon in an episode in the future.
Yeah.
In a future
episode.
So like it was a lot tastier then. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, like that's the point I'm making here. It's like one way you use it tastes really good. Another way you use it
tastes really bad.
It might not be great.
Yeah.
And on that note, the review number is coming in, and it's not good for me.
Yeah, I'm probably a 1. I was gonna give it a 2.
Okay. Yeah.
But like judging on our scale, like taking too long to finish, like I'm usually like a drink quick.
Yeah, but I thought, yeah. Sometimes you drink quick because it's not good.
Yeah.
This is just in the middle. This is even worse than that.
Yeah, this is like actually drinks.
Actually, take your time.
Yeah.
This is going to kill you. Do you think ice would help?
It's cold enough.
Yeah, sometimes ice helps, like, still break it up,
Yeah. I mean, maybe it would help, like, maybe it would, because we had a lot of liquid here for, so it would displace a lot of it. But like,
yeah, I guess so. I used 2 ounces of the gin. It's about 2 ounces of that black cherry liqueur. And then I ended up using 4 ounces of cranberry juice.
Yeah.
And then topped it off with, I'd say, probably about 3 to 4 ounces of soda water.
Yeah.
So it is a lot of liquid. I don't know how much these glasses hold. I like the color though.
Yeah, it came out just like we wanted it. The red. I
wish it was like Man U redded, like that kind of red. But it's just close, like Knuckles red.
Knuckles red.
It's kind of close. When we made the Knuckles drink,
that was the red you wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed that drink. That was a good drink.
Yeah, I definitely think this is a 1 for me.
Okay.
What about you?
I was gonna say 1. I was almost borderline 0.
That's
but not true because I took more than a sip.
Took more than a sip?
And a sniff.
That's true.
Nah, I'm gonna go 1. I think it's probably.
Yeah.
Here the problem is I look at the scale.
Yeah.
I look at the rankings. I think it's better than Walking on Sunshine though. Do you not? Ooh.
Yeah, like it's splitting hairs at that point. Like I think they're all they belong grouped together. If I had to I do think I'd put it above Walking on Sunshine.
Yeah.
Because Walking on Sunshine very much sticks out in my mind as very, very bad. This is not good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess this is tolerable compared.
Sure. Sure. That's a good. It's tolerable, which I think is like the definition of a 1. Like
this is another drink
tolerable.
Where I wish Mike was here.
You think he would have a different ranking?
I think he would. He's a very I think both Mikes would have a different because they're super. I think both of them are very boozy leaning.
True.
To a point. I don't know much.
Yeah, about... I'd be interested. I'd be interested to know. They should make this drink.
Yeah.
Mike's.
Yeah, make the drink.
Yeah,
Mike's.
and give us your rating. But yeah, I'd be interested. We both say 1. We do tend to have kind of similar like ratings on drinks. I think we follow a lot of the same, like we like a lot of the same flavors when it comes to cocktails and stuff. Where it does seem like Mike is more of an outlier and Patozik also a bit of a wild card when it comes to rating it. But For sure, this is a tough one to finish, which I think.
Yeah. This is I might have to put some more cranberry juice in it or something.
It's snuck over there if you need it.
Good. I need it.
I rated it. I saw it.
Yeah. Prepared.
Yeah.
So 1-1.
1-1. It's a 1. If you guys have different opinions, like you should make this. It's kind of simple to make. Like you said, it's a Navy strength gin, a black cherry liqueur, cranberry juice. Those are kind of all mixed. You said equal parts. Like those two plus the cranberry juice are equal.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah. And then just top whatever that is with soda water.
Yep.
So someone else should make this and tell us if we're out of our gourd.
Yeah. Yeah, or this is actually like the best drink you've ever had, or or oh, you're going soda water. Okay. That's a good idea.
Like cut the alcohol by watering it.
That's a method.
That's a method.
That's tried and true.
No.
Worse? No.
It's I don't know what it is. It might be in this. Do you taste pepper?
Pepper.
Like I get a very peppery taste.
Give that a whiff. Stick that up your nose, Chris. Let me know if you get any peppery.
I'm gonna pepper this.
Give a pepper that.
I don't smell pepper.
Do you think it's the cherry liqueur?
It could be.
I think that's the smell I get. It just smells like black cherry.
Damn, don't bottles usually tell me like
tasting notes?
Yeah, like, hey, these are our tasting notes. These are just like, bro, this is alcohol. I think this expired in 2018.
I saw that on there. I don't know if that's when it was distilled.
Why?
Because liquor doesn't go bad, though.
Then why does it...
Why is there a date?
Yeah.
There shouldn't be. They don't need to have dates.
Like, now I'm thinking the reason why it sucks is we're drinking...
expired
like
gin.
4-year-old,
here's the
5-year-old.
Here's the real thing I think about.
Did you add cranberry juice?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to finish? You could probably I would put the rest of that in yours.
I don't want to get down to it back.
Yeah, okay. So it's more concentrated.
Yeah.
Mike brought that over...
Potozic.
Yeah. Last year? When we did the turtles.
Yeah, I remember, because I remember him bringing this, and he was really excited. This is one of his gins that he was...
new.
Yeah, he was really excited to
he didn't
drink
get a pre-owned bottle.
He got that pre-owned.
He got that refurbished.
No, this is a 2018 vintage.
Vintage.
That's what he looked for.
Yeah, he's like, any vintage gin in the back that you don't sell anymore? And like, well, no one buys this shit.
You brought up an interesting point where you said, like, alcohol doesn't really expire. So, like, why Navy strength needed to be even stronger to make sure it really didn't expire versus other gin?
Good point.
You know what I mean?
I don't...
Maybe they didn't know. Maybe they just knew. Did more cranberry make it worse?
I feel like it did. Is it the cranberry? I'm gonna take a sip. I'm gonna sniff that.
Sniff that. What if that's where the pepper came from? To be fair, I'll be quite honest with you guys. We got this cranberry juice from Slevin. This is 7-Eleven's own cranberry juice. I'm a big Slevin guy.
Yeah, but the ingredients say water, cranberry juice, sugar. So like, I don't know how you fuck that up.
Those are 3 of my favorite ingredients.
Smell like
No, it smells good.
It smells like cranberry juice.
Yeah. Would you say cranberry juice is one of your favorite things in a cocktail? Like, do you like when you look for a fruity flavor in your cocktails? Are you like, oh, cranberry? I like that.
Lime.
Lime. You look lime more than cranberry.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Lemon.
Definitely lemon.
Citrus is like, I think, more to me than berry.
Okay.
The berry family.
If there was a grape drink, though, I'd be all about that.
Is grape a berry?
Is it? Was it a seed?
It's a seed. I'll show you my seed.
I'll seed all over.
Yeah, that's the best ingredient. My seed. I think the cherries, the berries, whatever, kind of remind me of that Kool-Aid, where it's like medicinal. It gives me like a headache.
That's what I like, though.
Yeah. That's why I don't really like the berries. Although I think sometimes when they get like a berry like sour, they be doing lately.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that.
Which I think is actually a combination of like lemon, probably. They give it like that pucker.
Do they have sour like powder where you can just add sour to a drink?
Probably.
Like, I want to add sour to this.
You get the sour spray candy?
Oh.
Just spray that shit on the rim. Spray your rim with some sour.
Spray your rim.
Yeah.
Gin and Sofa brought to you by Sprayed Rim.
Sprayed rim. It might pucker.
So we've been sipping on the Action Jackson. We've been alluding to.
Why would we be? Is it alluding?
Yeah, it's alluding to the fact that we're about to review Action Jackson.
It's a bit on the nose of it. A hard illusion.
Yeah.
Illusion's different than allude. I'm gonna allude that ass. Yeah.
You know.
Alluding.
Alluding. I'm alluding to that ass.
That's right. There you go.
This is strong.
Yeah.
Just like Carl Weathers.
Just like Action Jackson.
Just like Action Jackson.
Yeah, we're reviewing the 1988 film Action Jackson starring Carl motherfucking Stu Weathers.
Oh, is that his middle name?
No.
Oh.
I was referring to his Arrested Development character.
Is his name Stu in Arrested?
No, he just wants to make a stew all the time.
Oh.
You're right.
I was thinking
Carl, a.k.a.
Get a stew going. Yeah, okay.
Mandalorian fame, Weathers.
Here's the problem. The name Stu, S-T-U.
Yeah, you're right. I fucked up. You're right. The name, S-T-U. What about it?
I'm stoked.
Shit name.
This is actually, I'm going to be honest with you. Before we get into the full Degenerate review, maybe you've watched more than I have. Here are the 3 things I had seen before this movie with Carl Weathers.
I was like, just things?
No.
I was like, I've seen
This
things.
is the 4th thing I've ever
seen.
seen.
More things than you.
These are the only 3 things I've ever seen with Carl Weathers.
Okay. Go
Arrested Development.
That's a good one.
Predator.
Mm-hmm.
Other Arrested Development. Actually, I've only seen 2 things with Carl.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw him in Psych. He's an episode of Psych.
That's the 3rd thing.
Are you trying to tell me you never seen Rocky?
Oh, shit, he's Apollo Creed. Never mind.
I was gonna say, is that what you're trying to tell me?
My apologies. And the Rocky series. I forgot that he's Apollo Creed.
He's Apollo Creed.
All right.
And that's pretty much
Rocky
what shot
1,
him up.
2, and 3.
Yeah, that and Predator pretty much got him like.
Yeah.
Although in Predator, does he roll out, or does he just say,
"You son of a bitch"?
You son of a bitch. He goes to the jungle with him, right? Okay.
He goes.
Okay. He dies.
He does die.
He does die. Because everyone dies, but the number 1 ranking badass himself, Arnie.
Which is why he's number 1 in the action race.
That's right. I think, yeah, that's pretty much, I haven't seen much with him.
Yeah. So I'm actually excited that we looked into it. Because you look at Carl Weathers, you're like, okay, dude's jacked in Predator. You watch Arrested Development, you're like, okay, he's kind of like a jokey.
Yeah, he's a parody of himself.
Yeah,
almost. He's like kind of Jack, but kind of not. He's
but
like old man. He's like old man Jack.
Yeah. He's like, you know those old dudes where you're like, you were jacked in 1970.
Yeah, your juice is running out, bro. All the juice you're putting in your ass is starting to go out.
It's gone.
It's gonna, even Arnold, number 1 star.
Number 1 star
has happened to him too. He's still jacked.
He's still, like I wouldn't fuck with 75-year-old.
We're not recording, but it's okay.
Oh, my apologies.
Just go ahead and put it. Well, put it on. Yeah. Like.
My apologies for this video.
We're apologizing. Yeah, like no offense, Arnie.
Yeah.
You're not as jacked as you were in 1984.
But who is? I'm
probably more jacked now than I was in 1984.
Like, you were even a fetus in that. Yeah, I'm more jacked than I was as like a not exist.
Yeah, I wasn't even, a sperm. Like, do you think sperms are jacked? Like, for the mass that they encompass?
Here's my theory.
A lot of muscle in that. A lot of protein and one little spermie.
There is. When someone ejaculates.
No, they're jacked.
They have something like 1 million sperm.
Ejaculates.
There's at least 1 sperm that's like fucking yoked.
That's you.
That's the sperm that unfortunately becomes. The Jack sperm usually becomes this.
Look at him.
Look at me.
This was Jack sperm.
Yeah, that's what happens with Jack sperm. It's
sometimes 30 years later, they just sometimes end up like Arnie.
Yeah,
and Carl Weathers and the rest of
that makes you think the Carl Weathers sperm
was like super big.
You know how like we play Super Mega Baseball.
Yeah, great game.
Our sperm was on fire.
Yeah,
their sperm was juiced.
Juiced.
That's a deep cut reference. A lot of you probably.
Sorry, guys. Yeah. If you do, that's cool. Let us know. We'll play you.
But that's a great lead-in for the fact
that it's a great lead-in. So anyway, I haven't seen much of him. So yeah, that was a good idea to get into some more Carl Weathers.
More Carl Weathers.
Nothing can be wrong. Nothing's negative about getting more Carl Weathers in your life. Like
nothing.
You can't go wrong.
Hence, we advocate you all watch a Carl Weathers.
Yeah, this is not spoiling the review. Maybe it is. But so we started watching Action Jackson, 1988. It was based off pretty much like I read about a trivia that it was kind of thought up by Carl Weathers himself.
I saw that. Yeah.
During Predator.
The director or something?
I think him and like a director.
Maybe producer?
I don't know.
Somebody.
Executive.
Yeah.
Somebody in the back, somebody behind the scenes. Yeah. And he said this would be a good idea. And he wanted to capitalize on the fact that I think Apollo Creed was already under his credits.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then Predator. So they were like, let's make our own franchise. And then the Action Jackson idea came up to be their own, basically answered all the 80s action movies.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
The scene is set with some. I am looking at the Wikipedia. I'll just be honest. Yeah. Only because
we're just keeping track.
Yeah. It did start with two people getting killed.
That's true.
Yeah.
By randos.
And I think they try to
randos.
Yeah, that's the thing. They set the stage so you recognize that this isn't like a random killing. It's not like a carjacking.
Yeah.
These dudes are like killed by professionals.
And like the secretary, my dude, she got her shit punched in.
Yeah.
Shame.
Lena Headley.
Shame. Yes, that's
right.
Lena.
I kept looking at this dude, the like opening dude.
Yeah.
It reminded me of the dad from Donnie Darko. I don't think it was.
Who the fuck? I don't even remember the dad.
Oh.
I remember the mom talking to him. I don't remember the dad.
The dad was just some jabron.
Clearly.
But like I was.
This guy was also a jabron.
80s, whatever 80s actors are like not Carl Weathers, Arnie. If you're not a main 80s actor, you are a jabron.
I think so. And I think it's because of the fact that, like, that goes on the premise of what we were talking about, where it was like, hey, we need Jean-Claude in a prison.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, all it is they
like,
set
what about the rest of the cast? I don't give a fuck.
Just put Jean-Claude in prison.
They're like, hey, I need you to do? Go find some jabronis. All right. So then they go find some jabronis.
And even the good guys are jabronis. Like, this guy was like a jabroni. Like, they were working late. They were like, you could tell he was like an asshole.
Yeah, he's an asshole, like CEO or some shit.
Yeah, he's putting on the fight of like some 80s boxing fight.
It kind of made it seem like he was writing some kind of like apology letter.
Yeah.
So yeah, they write this, they get attacked.
They get attacked by like 4 professional dudes. Like, they show like this dude can throw a knife. They show like this dude's like fucking like can kick.
He can kick.
Like they show that these dudes are like professional, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they die, and then that's when they die.
Yeah, they got wrecked.
This is when we see Biff, I believe.
It is Biff.
It's Biff
Thomas
and
F. Wilson.
Thomas F. Wilson.
Okay. Known as his Biff Tanner role.
Particularly known as Biff.
He was the leader of Billy Zane. Match, whatever the hell his name was, Matchstick or some shit. So that's a very close relation to Billy Zane in this movie.
Billy Zane rules.
We're gonna bring that back.
They're showing like these like 2 cops, which are like, I think they're comedic relief. Like they're just kind of like,
it's one of those poor, effective comedic relief. Yeah, when I saw Thomas F. Wilson's name pop up in the credits, I was like, he must have a significant role.
And this was his.
This was his role. It was not significant. Yeah. I was mistaken.
He's kind of a goofy cop.
Yeah. They're driving down the road.
They see this dude like kind of. They just basically show this kid like stealing purse and like kind of getting like, hit with the purse.
And he was very obvious about trying to commit crime.
I think basically the point of this scene was let us know they're in Detroit, where they let us know where they're in Detroit with like crime.
It's crime ridden. It's the 80s. And it was also an excuse. It was a method to get them in a way to like introduce Action Jackson. Because
they mention him.
Yes.
They pick up this like street kid that's like kind of like stealing a purse, gets kind of beat. It's a joke because he gets his ass beat, but
by an old lady. Yeah.
By the old lady. They pick him up, and then on the drive-in, they like introduce Action Jackson before Action Jackson is really introduced. Sorry?
And hearsay.
Whoa, lawyer term.
That's right. Hearsay. Mr. Jackson she's so badass.
One of my favorite lines during this part is when they're like, he's so badass, or like he's so like off the rails. Yeah, he's so dangerous, I think.
I think it's pretty much like
he's so dangerous, we don't let him have a gun.
Yeah.
That's how badass Carl Weathers.
They're building this dude up before he's even introduced.
Yeah, they're like, okay, you need to know you're about to meet Action Jackson.
Yeah.
His arms are guns.
That's right.
And
I saw him. Weapons of mass destruction, brother. That's what they were.
They take him in. This is a weird scene for me because if I remember right, they're in the Detroit like police precinct.
Yeah,
and he like runs off.
He tries to run away.
Whose desk does he end up at?
Action Jackson. Sergeant Jericho Jackson.
Sergeant Jericho Jackson. The thing to mention here, and you mentioned it.
Sergeant?
For some reason, he's a sergeant.
Sergeant. Which, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know the ranks.
I don't know. I was like, Sergeant, that's good.
Yeah, I was like, that sounds good to me. Sergeant, cool.
I'd like to be a sergeant.
Better than being not.
Yeah, I'm not a sergeant.
But I guess it was not good. But he ends up on his desk. He gets terrified because it says the Action Jackson they speak of.
Yeah, and he's built. He's built. He's big.
He's as strong as
this kid like faints.
Mm-hmm.
Strong as the Action Jackson drink that we had created. He's built. He's jacked, and then he goes into the. I guess that's the captain.
Captain.
The captain's
office,
and that's when we learned that he used to be a lieutenant.
Yeah, and he lost his job because of some dude. Is his name Peter? Delaplane.
Yeah, I think the last name's definitely Delaplane.
Yeah, so
I think his name is Peter.
He's got into some scuffle with the dude's son.
The dude's son is apparently a bad dude.
Yeah,
and he arrested him.
And he was like, "You almost ripped his arm off." And then the other line comes out.
He had
a spare.
That's the best part of 80s action movies.
The lines.
Yes. Like one-liners.
He had a spare.
Yeah, like write more movie. Like I don't want
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Here's also they do this thing, and you told me this. I didn't know the guy's name, the captain's name, the actor.
It's Bill Duke.
Carl Weathers, big ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
He like stands up. He's like standing normally, like he's like talking, and then Bill Duke stands
up. He's taller than him.
He's taller. Yeah, he's like kind of pudgy.
From Predator, and he's in Commando. He's a big dude.
He's a big dude.
He's like a big henchman dude. This time he's the police chief.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You get a little backstory that he used to be a lieutenant. Apparently, that's better than captain. Or excuse me, not better than
sergeant.
Better than sergeant.
Mm-hmm.
He's better than sergeant. He gets demoted because he runs up against Delaplane.
Yeah.
He runs up against Delaplane.
Who's like some kind of auto mogul.
Yeah, he builds cars, but he wants like a lot of.
Yeah, I guess what I could assume most from this time, the 80s, is that like in Detroit, is that there was like unions.
Yeah.
That control, like had a lot of power. And I guess if you're an automaker, you have a lot of power.
I think he was an automaker that also wanted to control the union. I think that's kind of
out of it too.
Yeah. But you get the backstory that he.
That's what it was. Sorry. Because no, you're right. You get the backstory that he's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
But he got assigned to duty to be like protective duty at this like gala.
Yeah.
Gala.
He's like, all right, you want an assignment? Mm-hmm. Actually, here's one of my favorite lines from the movie. Who's the actor of the lieutenant the captain?
Duke.
Bill Duke.
Bill
Duke is like, how's your time been as sergeant? How long have you been sergeant? He's like, like 2 years.
Yeah,
like,
how's it been?
Yeah, how's it been? He said, uneventful. My dude wants action.
He wants action. He wants his namesake.
His name is fucking Action Jackson. He wants action.
Uneventful.
He's like, put me fucking out there. I'm juiced.
I'm juiced, right? I'm jacked and juiced.
So he lets him know, look, I want you to go to this gala.
Party, whatever.
Oh, Man of the Year.
Man of the Year award. Yeah.
Man of the Year award for, I guess, Detroit.
Yeah.
Man of the Year award. The person getting Man of the Year is
that asshole.
The asshole who's you mentioned played by the guy that played Coach.
Craig T. Nelson.
Played
Coach.
I only know that. You know why I know that actor? Why I only know Coach?
Because Coach.
Totally a dad show.
Yeah.
It came on at 5:30 in the morning, right before the Cosby
show. My dad
show.
used to watch Coach. And I was like, what is this shit?
What the fuck is this?
What the fuck is Coach, man?
Why are you watching this?
He's a bad guy.
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
Action Jackson. So he's there being a dude. He's talking to some broad.
He's talking to some broad.
She asked him. Stone.
Played by Sharon Stone. She asked him, like, what do you think of the guy giving a speech right now? Which is Coach, not Judd T. Nelson. Craig Nelson.
Yeah.
Craig T. Nelson?
Craig T. Nelson.
Is he Judd Nelson's, like, dad?
I'm going to find out.
All right. I don't think so. It's just an unfortunate connection. Craig T. Nelson's like giving his speech for Man of the Year for Detroit. Sharon Stone walks up to my jacked dude Carl Weathers, Action Jackson, and says, like, what do you think of this guy? Carl Weathers does not hold back. He says he's a fucking liar. He's an asshole. He says all these things, and Sharon Stone's like, I bet I can change your mind.
Ooh. Yeah.
And at that point, you recognize that not Judd Nelson. Craig Nelson. My apologies. What is his name in the?
Peter Delaplane.
Delaplane. That's all I need to remember. Delaplane is like, I'd like to introduce my wife. For some reason, who introduces their wife during like an acceptance speech?
Yeah, I don't know.
But he's like, let me introduce my wife.
Jackass does.
Yeah, and Sharon Stone goes up. So Sharon Stone and Delaplane are married.
Shocking. Not. But yes. So they also go to like Delaplane watching his singer. And lounge singer, I guess.
Yes.
He's like front row.
He is. Yeah.
And she's just singing like basically like to him.
Yeah,
sexually.
Actually, it's very weird because like he's like just sitting, like it's no one else is there,
just him. Yeah, it's like it's almost like an audition.
That's what it felt like, but apparently it wasn't.
Apparently not. It was because apparently he was smashing that ass.
He was,
and at the same time, getting her on drugs.
So they show the Peter guy,
Delaplane.
Why do we want to call him De La Cruz?
Because there's like a baseball player, Ellie De La Cruz, maybe.
Just love the Cincinnati Reds, I guess.
Cincinnati, get the fuck out of here.
But Delaplane, when he's like, this is supposed to be a girl's best friend. You think it's gonna be diamonds? This is the biggest needle.
This is like a 1900s turn of the century.
Yeah.
Needle, bro.
Like massive needle. You tell that he's like getting this lounge singer hooked on drugs.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a bad dude.
He's a bad dude. He's just doing
but
bad shit.
You know who knows he's a bad dude? Action Jackson.
Action Jackson knows.
He knows.
Yeah.
Wait, you trying to figure out what happens next?
Yeah, like
I'm pretty sure at this point, Jackson himself, he's just being overtly intrusive in his investigation, and he shows up at like Delaplane's lunch with the head of the union.
Oh yeah.
Oh no! I'm sorry, everyone.
Yeah, you're right. He has to show the picture.
Yeah, he has to show the picture.
He gets a call.
He gets a call from his an old colleague, an old friend.
It turns out it's someone that he ran track with, but like he gets a call that's like,
they
bro,
used to just get yoked together.
Yeah.
You know, like
he's like, bro, I need to talk to you. Come visit me.
Like shit's going down.
Shit's going down. He goes and visits him, and this dude is like, here's an action movie trope. You mentioned it. I think people will recognize this action movie trope. No one talks directly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they beat around the bush all the time, bro.
For no reason.
Just say what's going on, dude.
Like, he invites Action Jackson over. He's like, come, I need to see you. Let me tell you what's going down. So Action Jackson shows up to his friend's apartment, and this guy's just like, hey, all these dudes died.
It's by the way, it's Richard Davi from he's in License to Kill with Timothy Dalton, the Bond movie.
Interesting.
Just want to give him a shout out.
Shout out to a Bond movie.
Shout out. What up? Wait, License to Kill or Living Daylights? It might be Living Daylights. Whatever. He kills Felix Leiter. Anyway, so good movie. Moving on. We should review Bond movies. But anyway, so yeah, he's like wigging out, possibly on drugs. I'm not sure.
I got that vibe.
Yeah,
I did get that because like the way he was
overtly sweaty.
Yeah, he's sweaty and he's like, I don't know. Whenever someone doesn't talk directly, I'm like, okay. He's like,
yeah.
But you can tell this dude's fucked up. He basically tells Jackson like, hey, all these dudes that have recently been dying, they're all related to the auto workers union.
Yeah, there's a connection here.
Yeah.
Does he say his name, Delaplane?
He does because he says Delaplane hired me.
Yeah, and that's all Jackson needs to hear because he fucking hates that guy.
He's like, shit.
I'm on it.
He leaves him.
Yeah.
He leaves him. As he's leaving, some dude comes up.
Sick glasses.
Club Masters.
Club Masters.
If you don't know what Club Masters are, go buy some Club Masters.
Just go buy them. Don't even look at them.
Yeah, just go buy some Club Masters.
You know what the hell that is?
He's got sick glasses.
Buy them.
He's also got Gap. He's the Gap gentleman.
Yeah, I know you're not a big fan of Gap unless it's on Leia Sadu.
I do. You know what? I like Gaps on Leia Sadu.
Leia Sadu me.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got a Gap. He poses a UPS driver. I'm not going to lie to you. This is the most convincing UPS driver undercover I've seen since Ace Ventura.
Ah. He basically comes in and he kills.
Roll up like Doug Heffernan.
He rolls up like Doug Heffernan. A shout out to King Queens, which you should have been watching, all of you listeners. But he rolls up and he kills Action Jackson's friend.
Blam. Shoots him right in the titty.
It's very weird to me that he shoots him. If you're trying to hide that it's a murder.
Yeah, also, like, my dude was so on edge with Action Jackson.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, a delivery?
And he's like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I love deliveries.
He was so on edge. But, like, did you notice that the UPS driver opened the door? He didn't knock. My guy opened the door.
The door was not locked or latched.
It was nothing.
Ajar. He just like, was like,
he opened the door and he said, UPS, like, I got a delivery for you. And he was like, okay, cool.
Priority.
If a UPS driver opened up the door to be like,
I don't need your shit. Get out.
I'd be like, the fuck you open my door
that's
for?
kind of sketch. I'm not gonna, I don't get sketched out by a lot, but that's kind of sketch.
That is kind of sketch.
So anyway, he's dead.
He's dead. He shoots him.
Action Jackson finds out.
He's a cop, obviously. He finds out, and he's got the photos of the crime scene.
Yeah, the crime scene investigation.
And because the guy mentioned this guy's name,
right? Oh shit! I kicked the. Anyway,
go. He rolls up to just some lunch between. Now I want to call him Doug Heffernan. I'm really bad at keeping one name in my mind.
I don't know the guy's name. So
he rolls up to Coach.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. He rolls up
Delaplane, bro. Delaplane.
He rolls up to Delaplane.
Strong drink, huh?
And he's up at Delaplane, and Delaplane's at just like a lunch meeting with the Auto Workers Union, like president.
Head honcho, dude.
Head honcho, like whoever's calling the shots.
Yeah.
And Sharon Stone. And my dude Action Jack, he doesn't beat around the bush. Fucking slaps a
picture on the table. He's like, you see what that happened? What's up with that?
He's like, what do you know about this? And he's like, oh, this is a great photo. He like, you know, they have the, I think they do have good rapport.
As Nemesis?
Yeah, like as villain, because he's like, oh, you're getting into photography. Great photograph.
Yeah, nice angles, bro.
Yeah, you know, he's like making fun of him.
Too much blood for my taste, though, you know?
I don't know why, but Action Jackson just kind of leaves. He's like, oh,
I guess he probably just sees he doesn't really have an angle.
Like, he didn't get anything out of him immediately.
He couldn't really just bust heads yet.
Yeah. So he sends him away. About this time, I think Sharon Stone gets suspicious. Because she's like, why the fuck do you leave this on there? They cut to a scene where Sharon Stone is, like, walking out of the hallway.
Oh, out of the shower, I think.
Out of the shower, yes. Nude. This is one of the first nude scenes of the movie.
Oh, second nude scene.
Oh,
the first one was before he put the drugs in her.
Yeah, Vanity.
The mistress.
Second nude scene of the movie, Sharon Stone.
We reviewed They Live recently.
We did.
And I thought it was ironic that we reviewed this after, because They Live had no nude scenes until like the last 30 seconds.
The literal last 30 seconds.
Yeah. Scene.
Exactly.
This one was like 5-10 minutes in. Chris you were happy with this reverse.
Yeah.
The reversal.
The more boobs, I feel like the better.
Are you what about an unnecessary boob?
No such thing.
Okay.
Like, I think most scenes could be acted.
Sure. So like anything could be done with more tit.
Agreed.
You know,
you know, she takes a shower.
Yeah.
And there's a nude scene, great nude scene.
Keep us on track.
Sharon Stone nude scene, which I think is like every movie she's ever been in.
Yeah,
but,
she knew how to get her name out.
Yeah, Sharon Stone nude scene. She walks out and she hears, I think is like number 2 is Butler, like.
Yeah, like talking on the phone was like some shady shit.
And unfortunately, this dude, not unfortunately, but like this dude's an idiot and just talking like all the plant.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
He's like, yeah, we killed him, and you know,
we hid the body over here.
He mentioned Action Jackson, but what evidence does he have? Yeah. She's like, oh shit, this is bad. She is about to leave, and randomly, Action Jackson decides, here's the time I want to show up.
Yeah, you gotta change my mind on things, you know.
Yeah, he shows up to their house when Sharon Stone's trying to leave. Takes her out to lunch.
Yeah,
takes her out to lunch. Here's one of the reasons the Action Jackson included sparkling water. Action Jackson throughout the entire movie, my guy drinks Perrier.
Yeah, he loves Perrier.
He loves Perrier. He loves himself some Perrier. This is when we find out, like, hey, she tells Action Jackson
that she knows something.
Yeah,
up.
she's like, I heard this, I saw this, I did this, or she didn't say I did this. She said I heard this from this guy. And Action Jackson knows this guy's a bad guy, so he hears this and he's like, yes, you validated that I know this guy's involved. I had a
suspicion.
Yeah, I had a suspicion. Weirdly, like, so they're leaving the bar. Someone comes to try to kill her.
Yeah.
In a taxi cab. Taxi cab tries to kill her. This is when the Action Jackson becomes
action.
Yeah, action. You need to suspend your disbelief a little bit.
But he also goes like, I got a cab to catch.
Great one-liner.
Yeah.
She's like, why are you called Action Jackson anyway? Shoves her out of the way because they're about to get killed.
Yeah.
He's like, I got a cab to catch.
Also, he's been doing some flips.
He does a flip.
He does a flip over the car.
He like catches this cab, like does all this stuff, basically goes this cab into like crashing itself.
So he makes it crash himself, and the guy's not in the car anymore. He pulls a Terminator.
Yeah,
he disappears. You know,
he like rolls out or something.
Yeah. So at this point, the cops are like, no one was in there or something like that. I can't remember how he finds the mistress. Do you remember?
Yeah. So he goes from there. He goes to this he goes to visit.
Does he go to the hotel?
No, I don't think he goes to the hotel yet. But someone mentions. Like, if you wanna know about Delaplane, go to his mistress.
Okay. I just remember who it was.
Yeah. He goes to his mistress, which is the lounge singer.
Mm-hmm.
Another random musical interlude.
Yeah, and also like Action Jackson's sitting front and center now. You know, like
he just rolls up,
and she just starts singing to him. She notices the jacked.
Yeah, she knows the jacked. He knows he needs to get with this girl. He needs to get in. He tries to get backstage after she's done singing. Her big bodyguard is blocking his entrance. Carl Weathers kind of punches him really quickly.
He just says, "What up?" You know, like I'm here.
I'm here. He punches her. Punches his dude. Excuse me. And you find out this guy's like, hey, it goes against my Muslim beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
He tackles him through the door.
Yeah, and he's out of the picture now.
He's just out of the picture.
And
like that.
And homegirl's shooting up.
Yeah, she's shooting up with that same giant ass needle.
Massive fucking needle, and she's like, "What up, buff guy?"
Buff Action Jackson.
So they roll out.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Carl Weathers rolled up and he's like, "I'm here to save you," and be like, "Sure."
Yeah, I think I have better chances with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna join up
than to be against you. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
wherever you want to go, we can go. You know.
Yeah.
So they're rolling out. They're driving around in his '66 Impala.
The '66 Impala. This is when he takes them to the hotel.
He takes her to her place.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he said, we're going to your place to get down. Anyway, so they roll up to her place, and for some reason, things are a little off.
Like he walks in and, like, recognizes something's weird.
Yeah, you know, cop intuition.
He's like, who will be calling you this late at night?
Yeah.
Like, she's getting a phone call. Apparently, it's like 2 a.m. She's, like, getting a phone call. He's like, who will be calling you this late at night? She says, I don't know. He says, get down.
Get down.
It is a bomb.
It's a bomb. The shit blows up.
And then that's when he recognizes, we're not safe. I got to take you somewhere.
Safe.
And he goes to this.
He goes to the hotel.
He goes to a hotel, which is run by, apparently, some, like, old boxer.
Some dude.
Yeah,
he's an old boxer. Some, like, colleague. Some confidant.
Someone Action Jackson really trusts.
Yeah.
And he's just like,
I need a room.
I need a room.
So they get a room with no roaches.
I do just want to point out, up until this point, this chick has been trying hard.
On him.
Yeah, to bang
Yeah.
Action Jackson. And he's like, he's more focused on the case.
He said, no, not yet. You get it when you get it.
You get it.
You know? I know you want it, though.
Yeah, I know you want it. They're at this hotel, and Biff rolls back up.
Yep.
Yeah.
They find his car like carjacked, like kind of like stripped.
Like he woke up the next morning. Yeah, he woke up the next morning to like leave, and someone like stole like a bunch of shit out of his most prized possession, which is apparently this car.
Yep.
About that same I'm kind of blanking why they run into each other, but they see him. Yeah, they see him.
So he's like, oh yeah. So like he goes off to get his like haircut because this informant has information on Delaplane.
Yeah, he goes to find a different informant, and he's like, hey, I know he only knew one informant.
Yeah,
and apparently the informant was killed,
bro.
And he like beats a little ass. You recognize like Action Jackson beats a little ass.
Yeah.
So
then he finds another one.
He finds another informant, which is when he goes to get shaved, because like the boxing dude is like, bro, you need a new informant.
The boxing dude
sends him to get his haircut, and this lady knows everything.
But it's funny how he was like, yeah, I'll go alone.
Yeah, that is weird.
Because at the same point, this girl trying to bang him a lot, she was trying to do drugs.
Yeah, she's very addicted.
So he comes back and she's gone. And there's a dealer a couple floors up, so he goes to his room, and of course she's in there.
Yeah.
To get fucking lit up, and he beats ass.
Throws
this dude out the window, and that's when they see that Action Jackson's still here with his car.
Yeah.
So from there,
they run up to try to arrest him because he's wanted. We didn't mention it. It's kind of a brief scene, but bad guy, coach, kills his wife.
Oh, he definitely didn't mention it. Yeah.
Yeah,
shit.
and I apologize, but he kills his wife and frames Action Jackson.
Yes.
I don't know how he framed him.
I don't know either. Yeah. He was just like
he just told the cops.
They're like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, they were like, okay, it must be it must be Action Jackson.
He loves killing women.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Like it's like
he gets framed for killing Sharon Stone's character. So all the cops apparently want Action Jackson.
So they find him.
Yeah, they find him in the hotel, like you mentioned. They go to chase him. Him and the heroin, I believe it's heroin because why else would there be a needle? The heroin addict jump out of the window just into the car.
Oh yeah.
Speed off.
They speed off. They end up going to. I want to say they meet up with that dude at the bar, who's like Delaplane's like confidant.
Oh yeah. They find out where they kind of get the lay of the.
With the chick that gave him all the information at the barber, she said this guy is probably the next in line or some shit.
Yeah. He's gonna get. They're gonna kill this dude for the auto lobby. The guy from the lunch meeting.
So heroin chick, which I can't remember her name.
I just know her as Vanity, which is the actress's name, apparently.
Oh, I see her right here. Sydney Ash.
Oh, yeah, Sydney Ash.
Okay, so she ends up meeting this dude at a bar, and she tries to pick him up like she
wants it. Yeah,
she wants it. And then they kidnap him. Bring him to, or actually, they don't really kidnap him. She says, like, Delaplane needs to meet you right now, because she says she's, like, a lackey of Delaplane.
Yeah.
And takes him out to, like, this old factory.
Yeah.
And, that's where it's kind of revealed that the plan is to kill the leader of the cult
at this birthday party.
And they're gonna frame Action Jackson
he's like,
doing it.
He said, "Who's gonna kill this guy?" And he's like,
"You are." Yeah, and then at the same time they get ambushed by the fucking super group dudes.
Yeah, those
the guys from the beginning,
the professionals that have like gone around and like kind of killed all these people. Like you said, the dude from the beginning. We said these dudes are professionals.
So they end up taking this dude away.
Yeah.
And I think at this point they kind of just transition into Delaplane throwing this party for this dude.
They do. They show Delaplane doing the party, and they show that Action Jackson will sneak in with all his buds. This is also the point that Sydney Ash's Vanity, whatever you want to call her, Sydney Ash's like bodyguard becomes part of their team.
Right.
Because he realizes they're the good guys. Action Jackson's kicking a lot of ass. And he's like, all right, I'm going to join the winning squad. So he goes with Action Jackson to Delaplane's. Is it Delaplane's birthday party? I think it is.
I think it's a party. I think so, but I think it's also like a party to like celebrate. I think it's that dude's birthday party.
The guy that they're trying to...
The head of AWA, whatever.
I agree. So they go to Delaplane's office.
Oh, before we get there, I literally just remembered that those guys came and took the dude from the factory.
Yeah.
That's when like Action Jackson kills almost all of them.
Yeah.
And he like blows up that dude and he says, "How do you like your ribs?" and blows him up with a grenade launcher.
A lot of great one-liners.
I just had to mention, "How do you like your ribs?" That's all I had.
He kills the I think most of the I think they call them the Invisible Men.
The group.
The group of like elite assassins.
Kills them all except for I guess one of them gets away.
Yeah. One of them gets away.
Who's at the birthday party.
They go to the birthday party. It's a squad of Action Jackson, Sydney Ash,
the boxer dude.
And Sydney Ash is like bodyguard.
Oh, the big dude,
Yeah. So like they're kind of a team.
The kid from the very beginning.
The kid?
He shows up, remember?
Oh, yeah.
He's like tells them to run through this shit.
Yeah.
Causes a distraction almost.
He does.
Go ahead.
So during this party, I think Action Jackson notices like the fourth member of this squad setting up to kill.
He's gonna snipe him from a tree.
He's gonna snipe him, and this is the namesake for the drink.
Oh yes.
The reason why we use red is kind of for some reason an iconic thing for Action Jackson.
It was like a real snug.
Yeah.
Red Henley.
Just showing off that he's yoked.
Showing out how buff the dude. Yeah. You gotta wear this. It was a nice pop. You know? And
it was a nice pop.
We used red.
Yeah, we used red.
Yeah, good call.
we see Action Jackson notice this guy and he's like, shit. I think there's probably better ways he could have stopped this guy from shooting, but he decided to take off after him.
Yeah.
Basically, the guy fires, doesn't kill him.
Because he got bumped.
Yeah, he got bumped. He shoots his like arm, so like he stops the assassination, but now it's pandemonium.
Yeah, everyone's gunshot. So that's where Action Jackson decides to jump into one of the cars made by the Delaplane guy.
Delaplane makes cars.
Because Sydney was upstairs in the room with Delaplane. He was like got her hostage. So
Delaplane had Sydney Ash, and this is also kind of an action movie trope. Action Jackson's like in love with Sydney Ash at this point. Like he cannot. He's like
walk away.
Yeah, I'm gonna save her.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And this is probably one of the cheesy is the wrong word. The craziest.
Cheesy. Yeah.
Very action movie.
Yeah, they're at Delaplane's mansion, and somehow Jackson's able to drive one of his cars.
What did you call
upstairs?
Is it a Lambo or is it a Corvette?
I want to say it looked like a Ferrari, but it's definitely one of his models. Yeah. I think.
So it's like
fastest.
Yeah.
Fastest.
It's basically an Italian looking sports car. Yeah. And he drives it upstairs. He drives it through the front door.
Yeah.
And upstairs. Like imagine trying to drive your car upstairs. Action Jackson can do it.
He can do it. He can do it for you.
Yeah.
He busts in the room. Then him and Home Dude start fighting.
Hand
to hand.
He's apparently also a martial arts kind of like expert.
Yeah. Right.
Which when you look at this dude, you're like, you're not.
Yeah. And there was a lot of you can noticeably tell that like other people's feet were being used for the kicks.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit. Yeah.
So they get into this like. Fighting match.
He's getting his ass kicked.
He said, "You finally pissed me off." He's kicking his ass now, and he's like, "No!" So they go to their guns.
Yeah.
He shoots him.
He gets a quick draw on him.
He gets a quick draw. Bam.
Gets you.
Shalak.
So he kills him, shlacks him with a fucking gun, dude.
Yeah.
Home Dude's down, and this was Biff rolls back up. Some comedic relief.
Yeah.
Not good.
Action Jackson had great cheesy lines.
Yeah.
Biff,
not so much.
But they roll up, and basically, at this point, you get and you said his name, and I'm unfortunately forgetting it. His captain,
Bill Duke.
Bill Duke rolls up, and you know what he calls him? Lieutenant.
He's like, I need a full report on my desk tomorrow morning, Lieutenant.
He's like, shit.
He said, Lieutenant.
Yeah,
he got his job back, boys.
He got his job back for taking down.
And apparently, homegirl cold turkey.
Oh yeah, Sydney Ash was
like that. Guys, I don't need heroin.
Yeah, I don't need heroin anymore.
I'm good now, brother. Let's have sex. And they did.
They did. And that's how all action movies should end. Carl Weathers, bang.
Yeah, all movies should end with Carl Weathers inseminating women.
That's essentially the entire movie. I'm curious.
Oh, dude, they have it listed in the Wikipedia.
They do?
Yeah, and I just forgot that whole cringe-ass last dialogue between them. All right, ready?
Okay.
She said, I'm quit cold turkey, and you can have me on Thanksgiving. To Action Jackson, he said, can I have you sooner? And then they make out. So, yeah.
Credits
roll. Basically, I think they do.
Yeah.
I think that's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. Action Jackson saved the day.
Action Jackson's getting slamming some puss. You know, like, that's all you need to know.
How many cocktails would you need?
Oh, man, it's like it's good. 2.
2?
I think like it's an enjoyable romp.
Yeah, I think, okay. It's great first time seeing through. Mm-hmm. I think I would really love to, like you said, 2. 1 or 2, maybe 3.
Maybe 3.
Okay, if it was this cocktail, it was the Action Jackson.
Yeah, 1 Action Jackson, please.
1 Action Jackson and the movie would, I think, be awesome. But yeah.
Why 3?
It's a 80s cheesy action movie. You kind of want to suspend disbelief a lot with the
action and what's happening. Sure.
So it's 3 cocktails helps you turn your brain off.
Yeah, it's funny because 80s. What point did like action movies have to be like believable?
When do they become gritty?
Because a lot, like I think a lot of times now everyone's like that doesn't make sense, and you keep going on, you know, like come on, you know, like back then it was just like that good scene,
good explosions, scene, boobs, and jacked fucking Carl Weathers.
Jack dudes with no shirts on. He gets chained up like this. That's
for no reason.
Yeah, just to have his trap showing.
Yeah.
I think too. I think sometimes just get a little buzz.
Yeah,
you know, to enjoy the goofiness.
Yeah, I agree.
But I will in no way am I saying this is a bad movie. In a way, actually, I'm saying that I am sad that this did not turn out to the franchise that they wanted it to be.
Yeah, it didn't turn into multiple movies. This is a one-off.
Like such a disappointment when other things become franchises.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. I think honestly, we had to rent it. It's not free anywhere.
It's not free anywhere. Yeah.
Which was $3. It was your $3, so it's definitely worth.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. I don't care. $3.
Yeah. Would you say like?
Was it worth $3?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's something that people need to see. Okay.
You need to see.
Now you need to see it. Yeah. I think like Carl Weathers gets remembered as Apollo Creed, and that's it.
Yeah.
We forget that he tried to be an action star. Don't forget about that.
Go watch it. Let us know what you think at Gin and Sofa Pod on like Twitter, Instagram, YouTube's. Yeah, let us know.
All the Facebook.
Because I guarantee whoever's listening to this, you've never seen Action Jackson.
Who?
Whoever's listening to this.
Yeah, I bet they've never seen it.
Yeah.
If you have, go see it. Let us know if we're right or you think it's awful. But you're wrong if you think it's awful.
For real.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know. All right, DeGINerates. That's all the time we had today. We hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like or follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, or really wherever you get your podcasts. And you can always reach out to us on Instagram or DM. Just look up Gin and Sofa Pod. Gin and Sofa, out.